If you're making six figures, but you feel like you are stuck in the day-to-day grind, trying to scale to seven figures won't come from working harder. It comes from knowing exactly what to focus on at every stage of growth. I have helped thousands of small business owners go from overwhelmed and underpaid to running a business that doesn't rely on them. One of our clients, she's a brick-and-mortar studio owner. She came to us making just about multiple six figures per year, but she was always stuck around that 700K mark, a little over, then a little under next year, and she just couldn't seem to break this plateau. Fast forward 18 months, she's doing over $1 million in annual revenue and has a leadership team and takes off Fridays. She followed the system I'm about to teach you. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what to focus on at these three key milestones: from 100K to 300K, from 300 to 700, and 700 to 1 million. And we're going to do it using our well-oiled operations framework. We focus on the plan, the people, and the process. And we keep doing this over and over, but there are different action items at every single stage. So let's break this down. By the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Stacy Tuschel, and I've been a business owner now for over 22 years, and my businesses generate over $10 million in annual revenue. So let's jump into the plan at 100 to 300K. This is the survival stage. Narrowing in on the first piece, your plan. Your goal here is simple: consistent cash flow. You need to get out of hustle mode and into systems. Decide what will be your best seller and stick with it. Do not jump around from product to product or it will kill your business. You need to build your reputation and your brand, and you need to be consistent. People won't be able to remember what you do if you're constantly changing it. So we want to master in this stage. You do not want to diversify. I know everyone on the internet is saying, diversify, diversify. Not you, not at this stage. You haven't broken through the wall yet to start diversifying. Set your critical number of how many units you need to sell of your best seller and start to reverse engineer what will need to happen. An example here would be you want to hit 300,000. Your best seller costs $500. When you do the math on a calculator, you need to sell 600 units. Well, go back and look at the data. What did you sell last year? If you only sold 100, what are you going to do to 6 times what you just did? If you sold 470 and the last few months of the year, you're already trending way bigger, you might be undershooting yourself. So do the math so that you can understand what is it really going to take to hit that next revenue milestone. From there, you create a real marketing plan. No more posting and praying. The question is, what's your lead gen strategy? If you need 600 new clients, what is your marketing funnel? And you only need one solid marketing funnel at this phase. Use your visionary innovator brain here. Test different ways to sell your product until you hit a winner. If you're getting some results, it doesn't have to be great results, but just something, continue to try to outperform that funnel every single week. Start to track the biggest metrics in that funnel. Pick 3 to 5 numbers that are most important. We call these key performance indicators, and we track them constantly. You must know your numbers. And I get it. In this stage, it's hard because sometimes your number is 0 sales, 0 followers, and it can be embarrassing, but you have to start somewhere. One of my favorite images is when you've got Jeff Bezos in like a bedroom looking type room, and he's on this computer. It's super messy, and behind him is like a sheet, and I think he spray painted the word Amazon.com. And it just reminds me that we all start somewhere, and you don't have to be embarrassed by small numbers. Moving on to the people phase. This is when business owners are scared to hire, but it's crucial. So start with a low risk, maybe an assistant, a part-timer, somebody to help you with fulfillment. Your first hire isn't just to help you, it actually should free you up to grow the business. So either focus on revenue generating support or delegate some of your admin tasks so you can focus on the revenue generating activities. Now, I can hear you right now. I can't afford to hire. It's something I hear over and over and over again, and I get it. Nobody can really afford to hire in the beginning, but it's something that if you don't take this leap, you will be stuck in the day-to-day forever, and your business will not be sustainable. The good news is revenue generators do not cost money. They make you money. So if you're saying I can't afford to hire, it's just because you don't have that skill set yet. The good news is you're here on this channel where we talk all about building a revenue generating team. Next, let's move into process. You likely have 0 systems here. So start documenting. You want to create repeatable SOPs, standard operating procedures, for things like client onboarding, email replies, daily tasks. Systems will define your reputation and your brand. Some business owners think we don't need to do this yet. We don't have enough people. And here's the thing, you should be setting up, this is how we do things here immediately. Do time audits every 90 days to see where your hours are going and always eliminate low value tasks. Moving on to 300 to 700K, this is the scramble stage. Zoning into the plan. Here, you've got revenue, but you're probably drowning in fulfillment. Now we shift focus from growth to efficiency. You want to transition to profit focused. Before, you were just trying to figure out how to sell anything and get revenue up. You probably sold things you don't even like. You sold to people you don't even like. And in this stage, it's not about revenue, it's about profit. If you don't have money left over, you don't even have a business, you have a hobby. Some of you have an expensive hobby, one you have to put money into, and we want to change that. So we are going to create a CEO calendar. Stop reacting to your business and start planning around priorities. So identify your best sellers and lean in hard. Now is the time to simplify, not add. So you've probably gotten here by throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. And you don't even know how you ended up here. But in order to get to the next phase, you'll actually get there faster by stopping certain activities and getting rid of specific underperforming products. So don't ask here, what do I need to add to grow? Ask, what do I need to remove to scale? Moving into the people phase. You've likely hired a few more, right? But roles are maybe a little fuzzy in this area. It's time to define and maybe redo your org chart. Even if one person holds 3 roles, you want to get a gatekeeper like yesterday if you don't already have one. You can't grow this business by letting anyone and everybody message you. You definitely need an operator at this point. An operator should be able to be that gatekeeper where clients and team members have to go to him or her before they can reach you. Start shifting from doers to owners. You're building leaders now and not just helpers. Start adding regular team meetings. You need performance check-ins. Start using KPI, key performance indicators, dashboards weekly. Picture your KPI dashboard as your car dashboard when you get in, right? There's a few key things. You check your speed, how much gas is in the tank, etc. But man, when you see that check engine light, it's screaming at you, something's wrong. That's what KPIs are. It's the dashboard where you can quickly glance and go, whoa, the check engine light is on. I've got to diagnose. Or you can say, wow, everything looks pretty good here, and move on with your day. Process. This is where most businesses stall. Your SOPs should be getting an update because you've probably broken most of them as your business has scaled. One of the biggest wastes of money I have seen is business owners hiring people to come in and systematize the business. And they think it's just this big, overwhelming task, so it sounds so nice for a consultant just to systematize it for you. Big, big mistake. You know why? Because as you scale your business, you will break those systems over and over and over, and they need to be updated often. You have to have the skill set of actually writing an SOP. So please save yourself $50,000. Don't hire that consultant to systematize for you. Instead, learn the skill set, because writing systems or revising systems is something you're gonna have to do as a CEO all of the time. Now, the good news is, actually as a CEO, you're not writing a lot of the systems. Your team is writing the systems. So I have the skill set, but I'm not actually the one writing most of this. So trust me, it's not as hard as everybody makes it sound. A system could be like your onboarding, and your onboarding needs to be documented and dialed in. We're talking, how do you onboard a team member? How do you onboard a client? Just watch yourself in action, and as you do it, write it down. That's a system, my friend. Every position needs a playbook. So start building a training portal. Systems are the backbone to your business. If you want to hit that next level, you better have updated systems. And as you scale, you need to lean into management and leadership in this phase. There is no more saying, I don't have time for that. It is where 80% of your time should be going. If you are not spending time here and you know you should be spending more and you're watching this video because you want to hit that next level, this is the work you need to start doing. The more you are training and leading and pouring into your team, you can't help but grow. You can't help but multiply. So start tracking, reporting, and resetting those key performance indicators quarterly. What got you to 300,000 will not get you to 700,000. But Stacy, how can I change their KPIs if I finally had them hit the target of 20 sales per week? How could I ever ask for 30? And I said, listen, in my company, we're growth minded. We are never settling. We are always here to outperform ourselves. So my team, when I share that, I flat out say what your KPIs are today, the biggest number. Sometimes we have a good, better, best goal. What our best goal is today might not even make the list next year. We should be outperforming ourselves constantly. We don't have competitors. We compete against ourselves. All right, the 700K stage to the $1 million stage. This is the scale stage. Here in the planning phase, the vision must get bigger and clearer. And this is where the CEO has to step back and lead. Map out your 3-year org chart. It's no longer what is missing, right? But rather who is missing. So we've got our current org chart and we've got a future org chart. Now the future org chart activity, if you want to know more about that, tell me in the comments below because I would love to do a video on specifically how to create that. But the gist of it is really figuring out, okay, if I want to go from 700 to $1 million, who is missing on the team and what would that look like? And you start to show your team where you're heading. And some of them get really excited because they think, wow, I want to apply for management, or maybe I could be that one day. And trust me, when your team sees growth opportunities, they want to stay with you. And if you're here because you want to scale your business, you want people to stay. You want A players to be retained. And this is a great strategy. Start to look at where are your biggest expenses that don't lead to return on investment. You will want to constantly assess what makes me money and what costs me money. We always say, is it a revenue generator or is it an expense? Start planning for seasonal cash flow, offboarding bad clients, improving your margins. It is clean up, clean up, clean up. Your business might be a little messy right now. That's okay. It's totally normal. But now is the time to clean up if you want to scale. And when I say scale, I mean scale without headaches. I think we get in this flow of wanting to push and hustle and grind. But the bigger we get, the more I can just keep peeling layers, right? And cleaning things up and slowing down. And what slowing down does is I slow down and I speed up, right? I clean up and then we quickly scale. So I want you to think, what's messy right now? Because if it's messy now, scaling with a mess is going to be a nightmare. The people phase. This is your dream team building phase. You need department leads and your first real leadership team. Now, if that phrase scares you, just think of find your key players, right? I always tell people, you don't need a marketing leader and a sales leader and a customer success and all of these things. I didn't even have that till I was well into the several millions per year. So don't worry. But you do need to ask, who are my key players and who is owning what? So when I was in the 7-figure range, and of course I still had marketing, sales, customer success, and operations, I just might have been owning all 4 of them, right? And then at one point I hired one person to tag team 2 of them, and then I had to do 2 of them, right? So ask yourself, who is leading what? And if it truly is you leading all 4, imagine just hiring one person to take on ops or customer success or whatever it is. It's time for stress-free hiring systems. We need structured onboarding. We need retention strategies. Your team will make or break you. So you finding, attracting, retaining that amazing team will make or break you. You need to make sure that you are investing in yourself to learn these skill sets. And not only that, you start investing in their growth. This is a great time to show bonuses, raises, perks tied to performance. It will explode your business. Leaning into process. Now it's about scaling without breaking. You need to revisit every SOP. What needs to be streamlined? Right? No more doing things because this is how we've always done it. It's time to ask yourself, is this the best way as we move forward? Yes, this might be the way we've done it at 100K, but at 800K, does this make sense? Things you used to do as a CEO at 100K, you absolutely should not be doing at 800K. It's not about where you were. It's not even about where you are. It's about where are you going. You have to act as if. So if you're at 800,000 and you want to hit 1 million, I would be doing things and saying, what would $1 million business owner do? How would $1 million business owner show up today? Would $1 million business owner be saying yes to this, no to this, pausing on this, wasting their time on this? What should you be doing? Act as if. Then start to build systems around recurring revenue and not one-off sales. We want automation and having everything feeling like a well-oiled operation. So that means say goodbye to manual and hello to automated. Here is a stage where you start going through everything and asking, what is something we could put on automation? Is there a software, specific tool, AI that could help enhance us here? You'll want to revisit and ensure KPIs are revenue generating and that they're aligned with your critical number. Now you've got the roadmap. You know what to focus on from 100K to $1 million and how to use this 3-phase well-oiled operations formula: the plan, the people, the process to get there faster without burning out. But here's the truth. Knowing what to do and actually doing it are two very different things. If you want my support and my team's help in implementing this inside your business, I want to invite you to check out our free class. It's the exact training that has already helped over 200,000 business owners just like you finally take back control of their time, their team, and their profits. You can go to welloiledoperations.com/class. I'll drop the link below as well. Go grab your free seat and let's turn your business into a well-oiled operation. And if you haven't noticed, we have been pouring a lot of time and energy into YouTube, dropping more and more video trainings than ever before. So if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, make sure to do that now so you don't miss some upcoming trainings we've got coming your way.